Shalom Aleichem, everybody. Hope all is well. The Torah is above time. We know that the world was created, well, everything was created from Hashem's kindness, from Chesed. Hashem uses Gevura to create the world. He uses severity, the opposite of Chesed, strictness. What does this mean? It means that in order for Hashem to create the world, He has to hide Himself. He has to take away, so to speak. Whereas Chesed means to give, and Gevura means to hold back, to withdraw, to hide. But we know that even when Hashem is strict with us, it's really coming from kindness. We learn in Kabbalah and Hasidut that the spheroids, the different attributes, the 10 attributes, are all intertwined within each other. And they all exist within each other. Normally, a human being is not so. A human being, when a person is being strict with someone, they're not being kind. Or when someone's being kind, they're not being strict. But Hashem is one. So even when Hashem is being strict with us, He's really doing it from kindness. So how do we deal with the fact that sometimes there's darkness in this world? Sometimes we're dealing with a strict world and we don't feel Hashem, and He seems like He's hidden from us. So this is why we have to turn to the Torah and realize that the Torah is above time, and the Torah preceded the world. The Torah existed before the world existed. Therefore, the Torah is the remedy to add more kindness into our lives. So whatever situation we find ourselves in, we have to look at it through the lens of the Torah. So the Torah is filled with kindness. And then when we remember that Hashem is in charge, and that this is a lesson to us. Every moment we deal with in life, every situation we may find ourselves in is a lesson, a message, is a story that Hashem is trying to tell us. Then we'll surely be able to tap into the true love that Hashem has for us. We just have to remind ourselves. Because if we get carried away with this world without thinking about Hashem, we can get caught up in the darkness. And there's an even deeper attribute to this, that a few hundred years ago, the world got introduced to Hasidut. Hasidut is the innermost dimension of Torah. It is also, Kabbalah is the innermost dimension of Torah. But Kabbalah is... People ask, what's the difference between Hasidut and Kabbalah? Kabbalah is a revelation of very intense light. But a person needs to have the ability to absorb this light. And Kabbalah, sometimes people don't have the proper tools to absorb this light. Hasidut has that light, and it also has the tools that allow you to absorb that light. So, since we find ourselves in such dark times, we have to arm ourselves with the brightest light. And what's the brightest light? Hasidut. And we know that the night is darkest before dawn. We find ourselves in the darkest times. Why? Because we are about to enter the Geula, the days of Mashiach. So we have to remember to absorb ourselves with Torah. Both Hasidut, the secrets of Torah, Kabbalah, and the outer parts of Torah, which is like Talmud, which is about halacha. They're all one. The Torah is one. There's no this is greater, that is greater. They're all one. But in order to feel motivated to learn all aspects of Torah, a person has to learn Hasidut, because Hasidut is the inner fire, and it adds light to all aspects of Torah. When a person learns Hasidut, Hasidut speaks all about God, about Hashem. Whereas other parts of Torah don't always speak about Hashem. You are allowed to do this on Shabbos. You're not allowed to do this on Shabbos. On the holiday of Sukkot, the halacha, the laws, you have to do X, Y, and Z, and you're not allowed to do so on and so forth. There's all these laws that a person could forget that this is pure godliness. So Hasidus reminds us about Hashem, so that even when we're learning parts of Torah where we don't always think about Hashem during during learning these laws, that even those moments will be fully aware that there's nothing besides Hashem. There's nothing else besides Hashem. So with Hashem's help, may we merit to see the coming Mashiach, and that we learn that when Mashiach comes, there will be an even deeper level of secrets of Torah revealed. Bezrat Hashem, may it be today, we'll experience the greatest form of light, the organus that was hidden away since the 6 days of creation. Hashem revealed a very intense light, and He's saving it for the days of Mashiach. Bezrat Hashem today. Hashem bless you all.